even when we speak to people, right, they believe money, when they get all the money, when they get all the fame, 99% of the problems in their life is solved. But what most people don't understand is the money and the fame will only help you to a certain degree. But you feeling worthy of all of that, because you've been working with a lot of billionaires, with cricketers, with models, supermodels. They still feel like they're not good enough.
And we can all see that. Is every millionaire blissfully happy? No. Is every supermodel blissfully happy? Some of them try to kill themselves. Is everyone who's dropped dead gorgeous happy? Is everyone who's wealthy happy? No. Is everyone who's famous happy? Far from it. A lot of them are really unhappy. So we know that beauty,
fame,
and wealth and fame do not make you happy. What makes you happy, again, are your interactions with people.
Right.
And very famous people tend to be very isolated. And people who've inherited phenomenal wealth are very isolated. They have a lot of guilt and shame too, that they got it so easily. So when you have a lot of money, you have shame, guilt, especially if it didn't work for you and you inherited it, and isolation, because you're not like anyone else.
Okay, you can't relate to people.
No, so you'll find that 70% of lottery winners are completely broke in 3 years. When they'll say, well, when I had that money, I didn't know where I fit in anymore. I couldn't go back to the factory, hang out with my friends, because I was different to them now. And if I paid for all the drinks, they go showing off again. If I didn't, they go, oh, don't you have lots of money? Why have we got to pay? I could never get it right. But when I lost it all, back I went, this is where I belong.
They could connect again.
Yeah, and the same thing with love. People think, do people reject love and money? Oh, yes. There's something called attachment disorder. People who haven't been hugged don't like being hugged. They stiffen when you hug them. They find it makes them very vulnerable. They'll say, if you get them to, I cannot tolerate the position of vulnerability being loved puts me in. I prefer to be alone. I can't be hurt there, you see.
Wow.
And so we're actually choosing to reject things that we think will hurt us, including money. And love. The brain only wants to go back to what is familiar while rejecting what is unfamiliar. That's the fact. But here's another great fact. You can make anything you like familiar. Put a bit of silicone on your finger, shove it in your eye, that becomes familiar after a while. Flossing your teeth doing the plank, doing lunges, pushing yourself. So your brain likes what it already knows. But you have to make it know praise. Praise yourself. Say, I'm lovable. Letting people love you, loving them, you can make all of that familiar. Just like one day you have a baby, it's not familiar, but if you have another one, by the time you have the third one, it's so easy, you don't even think about it.
That's true. So when we talk about the coping mechanisms, right, they all developed as survival tools, right? But after a point of time, like once we are adults, it becomes very difficult for us to differentiate between what is a coping mechanism and what is truly our true nature. How do we differentiate that?
If you go and stand at the top of a building very high and look down, your stomach will disappear, your legs will go to jelly, and you're going to get away from the edge and fall, even though there's a big glass door there and you're very safe. Because the brain hasn't really caught up. So we have a lot of fears, fear of falling, again, fear of rejection, fear of loud noises, fear of darkness, because we weren't safe then. But we also have this brilliant brain where we can talk ourselves into or out of anything at all. So we have to really take, responsibility means an ability to respond. So what are you scared of? I'm scared of failing, I'm scared of rejection, I'm scared of getting it wrong. I'd like to write a book. What if it's awful? I'd like to be a coach. What if I'm terrible? What if you're amazing? What if you're incredible? So you have to, again, that's the lie, cheating, and stealing. Lie to your brain. I'm going to be the best coach in the world. I've got a gift for it. It's got my name all over it. Cheat the fear and steal back the confidence you're born with, because no baby is born saying, I can't. No baby says, I just can't get to grips with this walking, I keep falling over. I've tried to feed myself. I've got the banana in my ear. If I didn't get it in my mouth, I better just give up with that. Babies are determined to keep going. They really don't think about failure, even though they fall a lot and they get everything wrong. They're very determined creatures. They see how determined they are to grab something, how determined they are to walk or crawl. Everything in their body is determined to make it real. And we have to ask ourselves, where did that go? Is it still in me? Did I just bury it under doubt? The answer is yes. You can reactivate and remanifest and regenerate the thing you were born with, which is drive. And babies love themselves, self-belief. They have no concept of not being wanted. When you're in the womb, it's always 75 degrees. got 24-hour room service, and someone's always there.
Yes.
When we're born, we think, oh, this is nice. Someone's always there, and I can have whatever I want when I want it. But of course, the people raising us start to chip away at that. So you can't have that. Don't ask for that. That's not available to you. And of course, before the age of 5, we don't have any logic, just a feeling, oh, I can't have what I want. My needs are not going to be met.
Right.
Seems when I ask my mum for this, she gets upset or angry, so I won't ask.
Yeah.
I just give up. And that happens a lot.